Hey everyone, Gretchen Wegner here. Now, I often get a question from students and parents too, but mostly students about online portals for classroom assignments. Schoology is one, Blackboard is another. Just today, I was working with a student he's a high school student, but taking a college class, and it's an online class, and so all of the assignments are listed online. And so often students will say, why do I need to write those down in a planner? Because they're all online. I can just check online and it should be fine. And sometimes I think, maybe these people have a point. But today I was working with a student and I noticed something. And I actually want to share my screen and look at a calendar together so that we can look more closely at what I noticed. So what you see in front of you is Google Calendar, and over here on the side is Google Tasks. And you can also write your tasks in Google up here. So you click Task and you put, let's say, read pages 58 to 130, just as an example. And then there's a nice little thing here that you can check off when it's done or not check off. And I really love that students can see both their school schedule, this is just a sample you're looking at, and the tasks they need to do every day, all on one page. So here's what I noticed with actually, I did this twice today because it's the beginning of the semester with two different clients, and I noticed the same thing. When I just asked them to look at what the next week looks like in their online portal and tell me about it, they told me a thing or two, but they didn't have a lot of detail. However, when we started actually putting assignments on here, like one student in particular, one of the things we noticed is, toxicology is something he's taking, so he has a lab. So we noticed that all of his assignments for this one particular class were due all on the same day. Now, that's not something that we could easily see on the online portal, but it was something once we had transferred it onto his calendar. Oops, I forgot to make that as a task. But anyway, once we transferred it there, we got to see, oh, look, everything is due on that day. So now let's drag things over and decide, when do you actually want to do the items and how do you want to pace yourself through the week? So we were able to drag them over and really understand and grok what the semester has to hold for the student only after we transferred them onto a calendar and then worked with them. So I know it might seem like busy work to students at first, which is one reason as an academic coach that I do this alongside students. So we do it together. At first, I don't expect them to do it by themselves because they need to learn for themselves why this is such an important task to do. And in fact, today during the session, it's a second semester for one of my clients. He's a senior in high school. We started putting his assignments in for the whole semester because he has a math class where the teacher gives them the whole semester. And he said, Gretchen, this is going to take a long time. I think I just want to do it by myself. And that was an inner score, good coach here, because he was ready and he saw the need for it and he was ready to take on this task by himself. So when you get your hands into all the little assignments and you put them places, that's when you discover how they actually affect your time. Let me know if you have any questions about this, Gretchen@GretchenWegner.com, and I'll see you next week in our video tip. Bye, y'all.